BTB Kicks here, and today we're gonna be cleaning a pair of Uggs. So my girlfriend actually gave me these, and she was like, "Oh, if you're gonna make some content, you might as well make a content with one of my pairs of Uggs." So I was like, "Okay." Without further ado, before we get into this restoration, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna make sure we get this done pretty quick. Why don't you all take a look at the Uggs? They aren't crazy bad. What I'm gonna do to these is give these a deluxe clean off of my menu, and that's basically a top to bottom clean on the material. When it comes to Uggs, you have to be very careful with the suede because it can bleed and you can mess up the shoes if you're not careful and you oversaturate them. But we're gonna get into this by putting a shoe tree into the shoes. And of course, all the materials and supplies that I use to clean the shoes will be linked down below. Today, we're gonna be trying a new cleaner. Or Cure by Crep is the name of their cleaner. And I've already put it into my water down below. On the directions, it says to put it directly on the brush and then scrub the shoes, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of both. It smells like bubble gum. It's kind of like lemony. Like it has a pretty pleasant smell, but we're gonna dive into this. First thing I always do when it comes to suede is I brush it off. So if I can find my brush, give me 1 second, you all. All right, so I have my brush. I usually like to dry clean the suede first, so I'm giving them a brush in one direction just to get off any dust and stuff like that that might be sitting on the shoes, because we don't want that to seep into the shoes once we clean them. We want it completely clean. All right, now that we're done with that, I go back and look for like dirty marks, stuff like this right here, and then on the sides. And I usually go back in and hit those with a suede eraser, and in this case I'm using a glue eraser, which is also pretty good to use on suede because it renaps it and it gets rid of stuff like that. It also helps loosen up the dirt. It could damage the suede if you go way too hard on it, but it's already buttery, as you all can see. It just needs it clean. All right, so now that that's done, brush it one more time, one direction. All right, now it's time for the clean. Diving straight in, we're gonna take a soft bristle brush, dip it in, let it wring out. And when it comes to suede, you don't want a lot of water on it. You wanna wring it out as much as you can, where there's only a little bit of water on the brush. And now that I've shaken it off a few times and you'll see any more water being flicked off, it's just time to go in and kind of let the brush do the work for you. Like, you don't have to scrub overly hard. And then when you feel like your brush is running out of solution, go back in, let it run off, flick it, and we're gonna go back in. These really don't need too much. And we're gonna do this basically until we hit the entire shoe. And then once we hit the entire shoe, I'm gonna pat it down to take any excess water out of it. That way it doesn't oversaturate the material at all. Pat it with the microfiber towel. Cool. So now we're gonna move on to the midsole of the shoes. We're gonna clean that up, give that a light scrub using a stiff bristle brush. And then you wanna make sure when you're scrubbing this to keep wiping it as you go. That way it doesn't get any of the dirt back onto the uppers that you've already cleaned. Normally I would do this in reverse and clean the bottoms first, but I kinda felt like doing the uppers today. All right, now we're gonna wipe that. Cool, cool. And then last but not least, we're going to hit the actual bottoms of the shoe. And we're gonna do that with the stiff bristle brush as well. All right, gonna wipe this down, but then I'm also gonna use my steam gun to get the rest of these suds out of the grooves. So I'm gonna wipe this. Cool, cool. Wipe that down again. And now we're just gonna sit this in front of a fan to dry. And then once these are dry, I'll come back and show you all how to renap the suede and bring the volume back to the shoe. All right, y'all, I had to tell you all this real quick, and this is not the same shoe, it's the other one. But I normally don't even clean shoes without gloves on because the soap tends to kind of strip the oils from my hands and makes my hands ultra like dry. But I'm not gonna lie to you all. This Crep is actually really good. Like, whole time you've seen the suds on my hands and everything, wiping my hands, my hands still feel moisturized. That is crazy. That is so crazy to me. And it has a great fragrance. So I'm definitely linking their stuff down below, because that is the first time that I've really had a cleaner not make my hands overly dry like when I clean. So that's actually a super plus. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right, y'all, so the shoes are completely dry now and they look kind of ashy. So what I'm gonna do now to basically bring the nap back to the suede and restore the volume is basically suede erase them again and brush them out. I'm just gonna suede erase them, and that's gonna reset the nap to get it moving to the touch again, as you all can kind of already see that it's doing. And I'm not going overly hard because I don't want to damage the suede or make it too shaggy. It is bringing it back. I'm going to hit the entire shoe. And then once I hit the entire shoe, I'm going to mink these up with mink oil to basically add the conditioning, or the condition, to add volume and condition the material. I think I should be good to go now. Cool, so now we're gonna brush this out. For the most part, these look good. Now, moving on to bringing the volume back to the suede. Since these are all basically re-napped, you can see it's already moving to the touch. Brush that back out. And I have one more brush that I usually break out when I do the minking of the suede, and that is a horsehair brush. So I have a horsehair brush. This is great for getting the oils from the mink oil into the material, and it helps condition it. So we're basically gonna be using Angelus's mink oil. It's like an aerosol that you spray. I'm gonna spray it on the shoes, and then I'm gonna rub in the spray, or the contents of the spray, onto the material using the horsehair brush. So we're gonna go in, give it a generous amount, because this also acts as a waterproofer as well. So now that I've sprayed these down, you can already see the color of the suede is starting to come back, but now we just have to massage it into the material. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, as you all can see, these are just, oh my God, like, this is crazy. How's that suede looking, Christian?
That looking buttery.
But basically, yeah, let me know what you all think about these. I think they came out great. What would you say, Christian?
They look amazing. Hold them straight forward towards the camera again. Look at that.
Yeah, no, these came out amazing. So now off camera, I'll have to do the other shoe, but you all can see these came out great. Suede is moving again. Color is back into the shoe. They're conditioned, they're ready to be worn. So now my girlfriend can be happy. But hope you all enjoyed this video. All the products that I use down below, or all the products that I use in the video will be linked down below for you to purchase. And if you don't feel like cleaning your own Uggs and want to send them to me, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram by DM. Instagram is BTB_Kicks. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.